From a player who changed the NFL's view on passing in the 1940s, to a man who redefined quarterback success in the 2010s. Meet the greatest quarterbacks of each decade in NFL history. 1940s, Sammy Baugh. In the 1940s, the NFL witnessed the rise of a quarterback who would redefine the game, Sammy Baugh. The league, formed in 1920, had initially been cautious about passing, favoring the reliability of running plays. Enter Sammy Baugh, a player who started as a halfback but would soon change the league's perspective on the quarterback position. Sammy Baugh, or Slingin' Sammy as he was aptly nicknamed, showcased the advantages of a strong passing game. He wasn't just playing the position, he was pioneering it. His approach to the game was revolutionary for that era. Sammy led the NFL in completion percentage for 8 different seasons in the 1940s, a testament to his accuracy and skill. His accolades speak for themselves. Sammy was a 3-time first-team All-Pro and a 3-time second-team All-Pro, recognitions that underscored his excellence. By the end of his career, his stats were nothing short of remarkable, with 21,886 passing yards and 187 touchdowns. He set a standard for quarterbacks that was extraordinary for his time. His legacy in the 1940s paved the way for the dynamic, pass-oriented style of play we see in the NFL today. 1950s, Otto Graham. While Graham retired in 1955, just over halfway into the decade, he still takes the crown for the 50s. Thanks to him, the Browns won 3 NFL championships in a 6-year span, beginning in 1950. Yes, you heard that right. The Browns won 3 NFL championships. In those 3 seasons that didn't end in a title, Graham still had his team in the championship game each time. He won 3 league MVPs and was a 4-time first-team All-Pro in just a 5-year stretch. Over his 10-year career, he accumulated 23,584 passing yards, 174 passing touchdowns, and a career record of 105, 17, and 10. 1960s, Johnny Unitas. Unitas was way ahead of his time when he was under center for the Baltimore Colts. In fact, he might be the one quarterback from the pre-modern NFL era who could thrive in the game today. Unitas put up numbers that no one else did while he was playing, including throwing 34 touchdowns in 1959, which is more than some quarterbacks put up now. Unitas won the MVP award 4 times in his career and led his team to 3 championships, including back-to-back NFL titles in 1958 and 1959. Unitas wasn't all about the numbers either. He helped create the modern NFL quarterback. He introduced the 2-minute offense, and he became the first player to have a 30-touchdown season and surpass 40,000 passing yards in his career. The Golden Arm put the NFL on the map with his performance in the 1958 championship game, also known as the greatest game ever played. The craziest part of his story? He was cut by his hometown Steelers in his rookie season and was playing on a semi-pro team for $6 a game before Colts coach Weeb Ewbank plucked him from obscurity. Now he's a legend, right up there with the best modern passers. 1970s, Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach was so dominant at the quarterback position that the Cowboys became known as America's team this decade. He snagged 2 Super Bowl rings and a Super Bowl MVP in the process, along with being named to 6 Pro Bowls as he led the league in passer rating in 4 separate seasons. When Staubach retired in 1980, he finished with the highest career passing rating in NFL history at the time. In addition to his impressive passer rating, Staubach was also known for his late-game heroics. He led Dallas to 23 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter, with 17 of those coming in the final 2 minutes of the game or overtime. He truly was Captain America. 1970s honorable mention, Terry Bradshaw. Younger football fans probably think of Terry Bradshaw as the loudest talking head on Fox NFL Sunday, but he was also a damn fine quarterback in his day. He was a crucial complement to the Steelers' steel curtain defense of the 1970s. Bradshaw did everything he needed to do with an arm that was always powerful and occasionally erratic, and he stepped it up when it counted. He bumped up his 70.9 regular season quarterback rating to 83 in the playoffs, and he did even better in the Super Bowl, pushing it up to 111.2 in title games. Bradshaw led the Pittsburgh Steelers to 4 Super Bowl titles, becoming the first quarterback to win 3 and then 4 in his career, and was named MVP of the game twice. He's definitely more than just a talking head. 1980s, Joe Montana. Montana was prolific. He passed for 40,551 yards and collected 293 total touchdowns in his storied career. He made the Pro Bowl 8 times and won back-to-back MVP awards in 1989 and 1990. But it was his performance in the playoffs that set the Notre Dame legend apart. He proved his big game reputation with his astounding 92-yard drive in Super Bowl 23. finished his career 4 for 4 in championship games, taking home 3 Super Bowl MVP awards. Amazingly, despite all the Super Bowl success, Montana's most memorable play wasn't even in a Super Bowl. His touchdown pass to Dwight Clark in the 1981 NFC Championship is arguably the most iconic touchdown connection in football history. Among football buffs, it's known simply as the catch. 1980's honorable mention, Dan Marino. Even though Marino never won the Super Bowl and had a mediocre 8-10 career in the postseason, he put up some very impressive numbers that were simply unheard of in the 1980s. The Pittsburgh native threw for 61,361 yards and 420 touchdowns in his NFL career, including a then incredible stat line in just his second year in the league, when he threw for 5,084 yards and 48 touchdowns. Marino led the league in passing yards 5 times, was named MVP in 1984, and was a Pro Bowl player 9 times in his career. And of course, we all remember the great job he did while playing a kidnapping victim in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Few quarterbacks can match Marino's blend of on-field and on-screen achievements. 1990's Steve Young. Steve Young had a winding road to NFL success. When he got there, he made the most of it. This southpaw spent 2 seasons on the USFL's Los Angeles Express. Then he posted a 3-16 record with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before being traded to the San Francisco 49ers. Once he got to San Francisco, he sat behind Joe Montana and learned a few things about the NFL. Young eventually took over for the veteran and went on to make the Pro Bowl in all 7 years he was a starter, taking home 2 MVP awards and winning 3 Super Bowls. Young formed a highly productive partnership with wideout Jerry Rice, connecting for 85 touchdowns and over 10,000 yards during the time they played together. Young's MVP winning performance in Super Bowl 29 was one of the best ever. The BYU alum completed 24 of 36 passes for 325 yards and 6 touchdowns to lead the 49ers to victory. Following Montana was an unenviable task, but Young somehow made it look easy as he led the Niners to success. 2000's Peyton Manning. Manning finished his career by winning Super Bowl 50 with the Denver Broncos, but that was just the capstone to a long list of achievements. During his time with the Indianapolis Colts, Manning brought home 4 MVP awards and formed one of the most prolific duos in history with wideout Marvin Harrison. The two connected for 112 touchdowns in a decade of work together and helped their team win Super Bowl 41. Manning continued to break records after coming back from an almost career-ending neck injury. Playing for the Broncos, he set the single-season passing touchdown record, 55 touchdowns, and won his 5th MVP award. The former Tennessee Volunteers star at one point held the NFL all-time record for passing yards, 71,940, and passing touchdowns before falling slightly down those lists after he retired. Not a bad legacy, nor has Manning's post-playing career been anything to sneeze at. Maybe future generations will know him better as the guy who does a Monday Night Football alternate broadcast with his brother, 2-time Super Bowl winning New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning. 2010's Tom Brady. Brady will forever be an immensely polarizing figure. New England Patriots and later Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans adored him. Everyone else at one point or another hated him, as Brady made a career out of snatching glory from nearly every other team in the NFL. But in winning 7 Super Bowls and setting a laundry list of individual records during a career that ran from 2000 to 2022, Brady made himself an undeniable football legend. He's the holder of just about every QB record that's worth anything. He holds all of the big ones: 89,214 passing yards, 649 touchdown passes, 333 games started, and 251 wins, to name a few. It's possible that no one will ever match his 6 Super Bowl victories with one team or his 7 victories overall. There may have been a time when one could reasonably argue against Brady's status as the best ever, but that time has passed. He sailed off into retirement after 2022, but he'll loom over professional football forever. He's the measuring stick for every other great quarterback. 2010's honorable mentions, Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. One could argue that Rodgers would have more accomplishments if the Packers focused more on surrounding him with offensive weapons or even just competent coaching. But even with all of that, he managed to win a Super Bowl, 2 league MVPs, and make 7 Pro Bowls. Brees regularly found himself atop league leaderboards for a variety of categories throughout the decade. He led the NFL in passing yards 5 out of 6 years, from 2011 to 2016, completion percentage 4 seasons, passer rating once, and passing touchdowns twice. He also made the Pro Bowl every year except for one.